Coming up with us next, Mr. Debashish Mohanty. He is advisor L&T Mutual Fund. He was a former president and head of sales at UTI Mutual Fund. Sir is there to discuss and throw some light on AMFI Internship program. So this is something which excites a lot of new aspirants who want to understand the industry. And the industry has taken certain initiatives. So sir is there to give us the complete details on the same. So a strategy to boost financial inclusion and to induct new MFDs. Over to you, Debashish sir, and warm welcome to our today's 9th Annual Wealth Management Convention.
Good morning to you all. Good morning to you all. Is my voice audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So it's a pure pleasure to get connected with more than 3,000 finance professionals on a Sunday morning. Thanks to Debashish and AFM team. We'll discuss today about one of the regulatory move. Already it's the guidelines have been passed, and this is about the AMFI internship issues and the program. One question may come to your mind: if it is already issued, already guidelines, then what is there to discuss? It may be sharing some information, some detailing, and as what is to discuss. Let me tell you why that we thought that it requires a good discussion and good debate. First, so we found that in the Cafe Mutual survey that 84% people have opined that this may create an adverse impact and may not work to its objective. That is one observation that we found. And second, so AMFI and SEBI and the industry as a whole aspiring that this financial inclusion will happen because of these things. You know, anything that already issued an order by a regulator, a little lighter when I can say that God, government, and Google, they know better than us. And even what is good or bad for us, they also, in that matter also, they know better. Once issued means it is, we'll have to take action and implement all. But let us frame 3-4 questions before I go to the main and share my presentation on this. Yeah. So before I go to the presentation, so what we're about to discuss is 3 questions that I want to frame. One, how does the present mutual fund distributors to people ratio in India compare to similar ratio in other country? Do we have enough MFDs? Do we really need to add MFDs? The question 2, do they really play a big role, or what is the role that the mutual fund distributors play in financial inclusion? And the third, what is the present status? If there is an equilibrium already achieved, let the market play, let the supply and demand play its role, why to tinker it? So these questions will be answered during our presentations, and although most of the presentations are sharing the information, but nevertheless, we'll discuss those points one by one. So we are talking about this.
Sir, before you start, can you please put it in the presentation mode? Can you do a full screen?
It is a full screen.
No, sir. Just click on the the button below near to the 40%. Or you can make it 100%. On the
no, in my screen is coming 100%.
Right bottom, sir. If you can see. Yeah. This one. Make it 100%. Make it 100%, sir. 100% would be fine.
But then, okay, no problem. I'll do that. Okay. Now you're seeing full.
Sir, it has gone bigger. Just make it 100%, or it's 400% at moment. Just keep it to the center. Yeah. Okay. Or you can, and then click on this button, sir, which is extreme left to the 100%.
Yeah, this is coming clear.
Can you see I have given you a pointer. Just click on this button.
1 minute. Yeah, that one I pointed.
Yeah.
I know this thing.
Yeah. Just click on this one.
Yeah. I've already done that. Okay, we'll start.
Sir, I think I would suggest just unshare and share again so that it comes in the full screen.
Okay. Okay. Jitesh, it is okay?
No, sir, it is still the same. Okay, no problem, sir. You can continue like this.
You can close the PPT and start once again. Maybe it works.
Yes, it is better now.
Okay, let's start. Technology always has something to answer to. Okay, friends, sorry for this glitch. So I was talking about the three questions, that whether the MFDs are playing a role which is actually creating financial inclusion, and what is the ratio that the present ratio of populations to our distribution to populations, and how does it compare to other countries. Before that, this rule has been issued, this provision has been issued under something called sandbox regulation. Sandbox is something which regulators use to experiment new way of doing things. And normally, originally it was for maybe scientific experiments and all. Then regulators also use the same sandbox. Sandbox is an environment of protection and safety under which a new thing can be experimented. Maybe it was the inception, the original what came from the children's play or the small experiment they do near a sandbox, and that's why this is called a sandbox, means controlled environment and when do. Why we require a controlled environment for something as simple as adding distribution? Yeah, so SEBI thinks that by allowing additional flexibilities may run into a risky proposition. What are the things that they are allowing here which they are otherwise not allowing? We'll discuss on that. So now here I will come to that question, that how does our present number of distributors to our population ratio stand in comparison to other countries. So this internship plan is being tested and we are adding new MFDs. So what is the risk? Big risk. So one, let us see the ratio. In US, so the population is around 31 crore population, and maybe around 3 lakh distributor or financial service professionals are there who run an intermediary service. So the population is around 1,000 populations to one financial professional is coming in the US. In the countries like Australia, it is around 1,250, 2.5 crore population, and around 19,000, 18,000 distributors. This is coming around 1,250. New Zealand is a small country, 44 lakh population, 2,000 distributors. It's more than 2,250 ratio. Singapore, which is a very advanced, developed and financially aware country, 50 lakh population and 30,000 such distributors altogether, and so ratio is only 170 persons per distributor. In India, we have 140 crore population. We have 50,000 investment intermediary. I'm not including insurance, and 28,000 persons per distributor it comes to. If you count the number of people who every month receives commissions and fresh sales, the number will come down further. It's not 50,000. But we have taken it, so they have been there in the register and they can get into the action board. So we consider them as active. So if you consider for some reason that why should I take the full populations? So let us take 21 years of age plus population. Then also the ratio comes to 15,400 people per available active mutual fund distributor. It shows that maybe we need to have more mutual fund distributors. How many insurance advisors are there in India itself? We have got 25 lakh insurance advisors and professionals for the same country of population. So that is a clear-cut gap that we need to do if we want financial inclusion. Financial inclusion is happening even if somebody opening a bank account and bankers advice, or somebody having insurance and he has got some product there. But so far as mutual fund, financial planning, or distribution or product availability or suitability is concerned, so we have got population to distributor ratio which can be improved upon. So what is the ratio of people to doctor in India? So that is around 1,450 persons per one doctor. WHO suggests it should be lesser people per doctor, that is around 1,000 should be the healthy, but we are trying to get into that. Even dentist also we have slightly more people per doctor than what is suggested. So I'm coming back to financial segmentation and to our own question. So if we need that the more distributors should come in, that will help in financial inclusion. So what is this internship plan that is talking about? Let us first say. So it talks about adding 5,000 interns, that is maximum one-time experimentation. At the rate of 15,000 per month, they will be paid, and for 1 year. So these 5,000 additions, will it be a big number to our requirement? Will it disturb the supply-demand matrix, or it will be helpful? Okay, before that, why we require to intervene? Why the normal course of the way somebody who is interested to join as an entrepreneur is coming and appearing in an ISM test and opening his business? Why will not leave it to that? Why we should interfere? The answer to that is, this is in nobody's KRA. All employees of mutual fund industry, regulators, AMFI or bankers, whichever, they have got different. Somebody is changing net sales, somebody is changing market share, somebody is changing profitability, somebody is changing number of investors. But who is in charge of, kiska baby hai ki industry mein actually active MFD increases? Is nobody's baby. So when couple of years back, when I was also in the ARN committee, we discussed this thing in AMFI. So we thought we have to give a little bit twist to the existing system, but that will require regulatory relaxations, is creating a limited tied structure. Our industry is an untied structure. Insurance industry is still partly tied structure. So if it is a tied structure, then people will like to grow that space. So can we have a limited period tied structure so that people will have a target to achieve? Then people will work for that. Then it will require money. Where from the money will come, the cost patterns, and all these things. So regulators thought over it, and it was earlier not approved. Now it is approved. The earlier concern was there that if we allow interns to sell for one mutual fund, then customers will not get the full choice spectrum. They will be, these interns will be product sellers and will sell for only one mutual fund. So even that time, it was observed that there were big banks who are mostly selling the product of their sister concern fund house. So that problem coexists, but in order to get more financial inclusion means we want more investors to come in. At this point of time, India, around 87 to 88% of the working class doesn't have an old age income security plan. And our number of distributors that can advise actually awfully falling short. So we require about that debate is closed. people can play a role in financial inclusion? Yes, because these investment decisions are decisions. Do it yourself will take care of the doing part of it. Say, I will transfer the money, or I will fill up these things, I will do my KYC. Those are doing part. But the decisions part still require handholding of a trusted person. That first currency of that trust is knowledge. So we need to create a cadre of people who are knowledgeable and also can suggest product suitability and other things. So that is the reason they decided that the number should come. And how the AMCs will do this thing? They will select these interns from maybe from market or maybe from workspace, and they will make them trained, business ready. Then the training will be on the process side, product side, regulatory side, and technology side, and whatever is required to make one MFD full-fledged businessman. All these things will be given training within 1 year, and practical side, theoretical side, and it may work. So there will be watchful guidance. AMCs will be responsible for the wrongdoing of these peoples, and they have to be properly trained in aspect of being a properly certified distributor. Is it voluntary? No compulsion that everyone has to do X months. For example, many AMCs may not be interested. Many AMCs may be interested to more. So this responsibility of equalizing allocation will be with the AMFI. So as I told you, but there is a clause that if that intern achieves 200 investors acquisition, the internship status will cease. Similarly, for a 5 crore AUM, he achieves average AUM of a quarter, so he need not be paid 15,000 rupees. There will be mid-year review, and it's only for a year. So who can become an intern? Graduates, unemployed, those who lost jobs, retirees, housewives, mid-career, sabbatical seekers, somebody wants to start a business, all can. Near relatives of existing MFDs not eligible. This is an important point. So let us discuss what is going on in the minds of the people. An AMC, so for them it will be tied structure for 1 year. So it will create loyalty factor, and the loyalty factor may continue even after he leaves the internship program, because by that time the product acquaintances will be clearer about one fund house. At least he will start for next 2-3 years. He can add many multiple fund houses, but large person may come to them. And during the training time, the oversight will be with AMCs, so they can mold. So one can question, working 1 year with an AMC, will that be a big advantage for the business in the lifetime? I was listening to Amit's previous session, and when I look at the industry, maybe let us take Bombay as a scene, the people who are successful, and there could be, say, 100 guys top successful. Out of these 100 guys, if you actually go back to their CV and see, some part of the times, out maybe 70 to 80 people would have worked in a BFSI sector for some point of time. Whether it is Gajendra Kothari, or it is Amit, or it is Vinodji, or it is anybody, Rupa, they have some amount of exposure to a discipline work from an organization point of view. So it may help. Of course, 1 year is not a great amount of time, but some amount of help it may come. So it may make one normal MFD better in a shorter period of time. There is no indication that without an intern people cannot be better. There are many people on their own, they are better business insight, they are better disciplined persons, they are more knowledgeable, and they can be. This is to add. There is already an ocean, and to the ocean another bucket of water will be added, and with the anticipation that this will create further inclusion. So that is the thought process. But then AMCs also have their own fear. Where to source these people, and will it not add more cost, the compliance side? The madam, please will sound me for the time. Yeah. So, and there are also the cost aspects and the added monitoring cost. Interns are a little confused on which fund house to join. Of course, it will be a self-reliant entrepreneur. So they are considering it as a safety net. So if I start joining this, it all started from the rule that there are two rules that AMCs cannot pay other than the trail commission. No upfronting of trail, and no upfront commission. No stipendary amount can be paid. And second thing, everybody has to be untied structure, nobody tied. So these two rules have been diluted. That's why this is sandbox project. So when you play risky game, there has to be a safety net. So this provides a safety net for 1 year, little bit of cost support, little bit of training support, and it may be helpful for the plant to grow roots quicker, and then you will be on your own. Some question comes during this time, will you get paid the commission? Yes, you will be entitled to your commission. Maybe once you are open, you can go to other products, but then you can do this. Another question comes that, if I sell one AMC's product, will it be fair? And can I do the asset allocation in a very effective manner? What happens after the product categorization? The available boxes, most fund houses have tick marked, have created new products and all. So you'll find the types of products that are available under SEBI regulations. Most people have this. Even within one fund house, one can roughly plan out things. May not have the best product in the industry, but if you want to do index or a mid cap or a short term or a liquid or a long term debt, all types of products available to have some sort of product suitability. So this is a risk, but this risk is both taken or not, the time will tell. So, but this will add more number of MFDs who, under guidance of AMCs, will try to work in a particular geography or a particular segment, or using their own network of customers, or create a network with the help of the AMCs. So I think this is fine. Existing MFDs, they think, will it create competitions too much? Will it create, will they get the access to my data and create problem for you? No, because this is under stricter guidelines of the regulations. Rest assured, these are the only new boys who are coming, and they will be given very normal education and training, and then they will find customers on their own. Nobody's business will be at risk other than they are themselves, because if they can't do, they will fail. AMFI is helping a lot of things. AMFI is also will help in terms of digital campaign about that availability of internship and who can join, so people can join. Training institutes can benefit by providing right training through the help of AMCs. I think this is the overall scenario that we are talking about, that this internship program will help in creating MFD. It will bring back the attention of AMCs that one responsibility they can play in including financial inclusions. And investor, as such, as I told you, there are more investors waiting to be guided and advised than that they are being guided today. So it will be win-win-win situation for all. This is my view. I would obviously like to know your view and answer your questions. And this was one of the pet project. If I remember, me and Himanshu pushed this in the AMFI. Thereafter, it kept pending. Now Vishalji is taking up, and it has been approved. So I would like to know people's view about this, and genuinely, if some good talent can be groomed, the overall thing will be benefited. When computers came, people thought computers will take away our job. When social media came, they were thinking otherwise. We saw that every time that when we scale up, when we skill them, it only helps the remaining stakeholders, and it enhances the pie, and everybody benefits out of this. So there is no fear, no amount of feeling that it will not meet its objective. Should not be seen from the beginning. Let us see. Anyhow, even SEBI has thought if 25% of the interns can last up to the full 1 year, that's a great achievement. Means they don't expect the people will be able to still there. If 5,000 I'm targeting and 1,250 remains in the system and added at the MFD community, and then they grow further, that's a good gain. That's the experiment is aiming towards. But let us see more. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah, sir.
This is the last one. So any view of anybody's, I can answer. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Debashish sir.
Reach out today and let's do it professionally.